Today I asked you to take a look at this shape here and to tell me how much of this shape does each color occupy or take up? There's lots of different ways to answer that question. But to begin with, I'm just kind of curious, how did you answer that question? Did you count how many squares each color takes up? Maybe you looked at the size. Maybe you said that this yellow takes up a lot more space than this blue space. Or you might have said that the yellow space takes up the same amount of space as the blue and red put together. How did you describe how much space each of these colors occupies or takes up? In today's lesson, we're going to learn a little bit about how to describe or how to write this as a number. How do we write down these pieces out of this whole as a number? So here we have the whole, and these are just little pieces. How do we write that as a number? And to do that, we are going to be using fractions. So today is going to be a review, and I have a feeling you've probably heard of fractions before. You've probably done some work with them before. Today is going to be a review of fractions and just kind of getting us started with some vocabulary for doing fractions, using fractions, and how to use them. But to begin with, I do want you to, in your math notebook, if you haven't already, to write down how much space does each of these colors take up. Write it down however you want, but try to describe how much space it takes up and describe why you think that's true. So you should have about 2 sentences or number sentences in your math notebook for this. Go ahead and take a picture of that work when you're done. I would even draw this in your math notebook if you can. Go ahead and draw this, sketch this out, and write down a description of why you feel the way you do over here. Take a picture of that and submit that with this work along with your follow-up work.